Here's Joanne, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Great to have you. EIB Network, hello.
Hi, Rush. Before I start with my comment, I have read the book. I got it last Friday, read it all day Saturday, enjoyed it immensely. I love American history, and you did an excellent job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, more than you know.
Well, I'm just really disappointed with the results in Virginia this past week. Seems people decided to vote with their sexual organs instead of their brains. We had one particular candidate who's a man of integrity and honor and honesty who was promoting, getting our coal industry back together because the people in Southwest Virginia are starving. We have failing schools in Virginia. He was promoting school choice. He didn't want to see Obamacare expanded. And these people don't understand what's going to happen to this state. We're going to turn into a little D.C., and it's sad. It's very sad.
Well, let me tell you something about this. Because really what you're saying is, if I understand, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so you tell me if I'm understanding you correctly. On the one hand, you had a candidate who you think was a man of honor and character and integrity. And on the other side, you had a low-rent placeholder promising people all the sex without consequences they wanted and all the goodies and freebies they could get without any consequence, and the guy with honor and integrity and character lost, and you're beside yourself.
Yeah, well, the two gentlemen with honor and integrity, E.W. Jackson and Ken Cuccinelli.
Right. So two of them.
And we don't know about Mark Obenchain yet because they're doing a recount. But it just really made me very sad. Here you had people wanting to promote our economy and get people back to work and school choice because our schools are a mess.
Well, I'll tell you, if you look at the exit polls, there's something else. I'm going to get a little trouble for this strain of analysis. But you look at Cuccinelli beat McAuliffe in what I call the, this is where I'm going to get in trouble. I can't think of another word for it, so I'll just, in the wholesome category. Married people at work, people who are self-reliant and all that. He won them in droves. Yeah. McAuliffe cleaned up in unmarried and single women. I mean, 3-1, 67 to 27, 23%. And how did he do it? He's promising them everything. You promise contraception, abortion, but he's promising them more than that. He's promising them everything a family would provide them. Exactly.
And it's just, I don't know how we're going to bring the moral standards back in this country, and until we do, we're just going to have these problems, and it just, it's sad.
Let me ask you, as you're a resident of Virginia, and I'm going to ask you this. I'm asking you seriously now. I mean, I probably would have my own answer, but it goes to another theory I'm getting at. You look at Cuccinelli and you look at McAuliffe, because I had a guy say to me the other day, Rush, what you don't understand was Obama could tell every lie in the world he wanted, and Mitt Romney never had a chance because Obama's likable. He has a charismatic, infectious personality, and Romney looks like a statue. And it doesn't matter. Virtue, character, morality, issues don't matter. The more likable guy, the more charismatic guy, the more the guy makes you look like you want to go have a beer, chase women with it, that's the guy who's going to win. Now, does that hold up in Cuccinelli versus McAuliffe?
For myself personally, and that's all I can answer for it. No, it doesn't. I did some, I know Ken Cuccinelli personally because I worked very closely with the campaign for E.W. Jackson, so I've met the man. I've talked to the man. McAuliffe's never held any kind of office, and I just look at him as a snake oil salesman, a shyster. And I didn't find him likable. I found him a liar. But I found him preying on people's fears.
All right. He's a bag man. He's a Clinton bag man. I mean, he's a place. He's in there to run that state the way the Clintons or whoever tell him how to run it. Because he's not. You're right. So, but to an unmarried single mother, a guy like McAuliffe may be exactly what she's looking for.
That's quite possible. I mean, I was single for 14 years. I never had any children, but even in my brokest times, I never looked to the government for any help. I always took care of myself, or
but
family and friends helped me. So
the last thing that woman wants to hear is take care of yourself.
I guess.
That's scary. That's not. She's owed a living because life has dealt her so much unkindness. They saddled her with a kid. She's single mother. Probably the husband walked out on her, or she kicked him out. Something happened, but she's owed something in her mind. And here comes McAuliffe identifying with her. McAuliffe said, look, if you want to be a receptacle for male semen and not pay a price, I'm your guy.
I guess. I just find it a very sad thing, because 2 years from now, the state of Virginia is going to be in such bad shape, and people are going to be going, what happened? And I'm just going to be able to look at them, who'd you vote for?
Well,
you brought
we haven't even talked
yourself.
about the partisanship. I mean, you've got Northern Virginia, which is D.C.
Oh, I know. And they should, I'm telling you, I think the wholesome part of Virginia would be more than happy to let Washington, D.C. Annex Northern Virginia.
The reason I've spent some time with you, because it does get down. I mean, this guy telling me that Romney never had a chance, Russia, it doesn't matter. Benghazi, Romney could have made a big deal about it and scored all the points in the world. He was never going to beat Obama. Obama had just convinced too many people that he was their answer to whatever their problems in life were. And he's a likable guy. And look what they did to Romney. He hates his dog, puts him on the roof of the car. Romney never had a prayer, no matter how nice, no matter how solid, no matter how moral, no matter how charitable. Romney never had a chance because he just, compared to Obama, wasn't likable. And it didn't even come down to policy. It didn't even come down to character or any of that. Now, if all of that's true, then a lot of people are going to be flummoxed. So who's the answer in that circumstance? Christie? Is it Ted Cruz? Is it Rand Paul? I mean, you name it. I don't know who the potential GOP candidates are. But it's a frustrating thing for people who take citizenship seriously. I know exactly where you're coming from. Got to be back after this.